Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 1 of this Wild Arms 2 100% walkthrough. I like to do things in a little bit of a, say, chronological order when it comes to the introductions. So we're going to go ahead and start with Brad, a former war hero, now war criminal. That's strange. I thought we chased him in here. In this weather, even he'd be exhausted. He can't be very far. We've got to look some more. Calling a bunch of Bargus, they'll chase him out. Are they gone? This reminds me of that other time. But there wasn't any miserable rain then. Yes, blood did get spilled, but in an era of delusions, if someone doesn't stand up, even more blood will be shed. We'll blast on through. Don't delay a second. That's impossible. Why did we... No. Why did they die for something like that? This is no time to get stingy with the ammunition. I have to survive. My name still has meaning. Commander, the search party recovered these items from Point 12 Southwest. An ID card of the Slayheim Liberation Army soldier. Here, give it to me. So, throughout Wild Arms 2, there will be a number of characters that you will be able to rename to whatever you so choose. More particularly all of the main characters throughout the story, a few side characters. But for now, we're just going to go ahead and stick to Brad. There's no mistake. It's Brad Evans' ID card. Okay, proceed to the recovery point. We must catch him before he gets through the forest. Alright, so now that we can actually control our character, a couple of things I'm going to point out really fast. If you notice on the right side of the screen, you will see that there is a compass. If you are playing with controller, left bumper, right bumper, L1, R1, depending on whatever controller that you're playing with, if you press one of those, it will rotate the camera in that direction. For this segment, I'm going to keep the compass pointing to the north, so that way you guys have a better chance of following me. So for now, we're just going to head north. And as we progress, anytime I make any directional changes or we run into enemies, I will be providing further information to just help you along with this walkthrough. Pick up the gems, the faintly sparkling jewels of life to restore lost HP. Gems heal all members of the party, but the amount of HP restored depends on the size of the gem. So yes, there are two different sized gems within Wild Arms 2. These small gems, if you are missing any HP, they will only restore 1 HP for every gem that you pick up. I'll have to get the number of the bigger gems at a later time. When I have that and we pick up a larger gem, I will be sure to inform you what that is. So from here, we're gonna go left or west. Pick up this treasure, it's a heelberry. Now we're gonna go all the way to the right. At the start of every battle with new enemies, I will be providing these enemy information cards on the right side of your screen to kind of give you an idea of what their HP is, experience that they give you, any items they might drop. And as we progress through the game and new things become available, I will be providing more information as to what enemies can provide. If you are playing on the console version and are looking to get the trophies, we need to defeat 200 unique enemies in order to gain a trophy later in the guide. So for the controls with wild arms, if you have never played this before, or even if you have, so on this little control thing here, if you're using a controller, you just use your directional pad. So this is your attack command. It'll bring you to your battle controls. This will allow you to switch auto battle on and off. The little avatar running away, that is your runaway command. We don't want to do that. I never run away from battles, ever, because it's just free experience to defeat the enemies, and it's quicker, because a lot of the times running away fails more than it succeeds. Form allows you to change out party members when you have more than 3. And then equipment allows you to change your equipment while in combat. But as you would suspect, we don't have any combat right now. Then we have your basic attack, we have defend, and we have special action, which we will get into that later. We have our abilities, which we will get into those later. And then of course we have items. So for now, we're just going to use our main attack. So as you'll notice, Brad took a little bit of damage in that fight. We could pick up the gems, but considering they only restore 1 HP, we're just going to go ahead and use a heal berry. Now, berries in this game work a lot like potions in Final Fantasy. We got heal berry, which is your basic potion. We later have big berry and mega berry, which would equivalent to high potion and X potion, I believe. So we'll be getting those later. We're going to go all the way to the east, where there's another treasure chest, and we have another heal berry. Now we're going to go ahead and continue moving north, but first we have a battle. So as you notice in the bottom right of the enemy information card, I will highlight an ability that you need to be careful for. With this enemy, the spawn, they have Undead Howl, which increases their physical strength for the next turn. Meaning if he does Undead Howl and then manages to attack you on his next turn, he's going to do a lot more damage. Luckily, Brad is a physical character, so he has slightly higher physical defense than most other characters would have. So we are safe as long as he has decent HP. All right, when we get to the fork in the road here, we're gonna go left. Okay, just for time's sake, anytime I run into a battle that we've already covered previously, I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out. However, I will point out that after I defeated that Barghest, Brad achieved level 2. Now, one important thing you need to know about leveling up in Wild Arms 2 is even if you have full HP upon the level up, it will not scale your HP up with what you gain, meaning you will have to heal yourself after a level up. I don't know why they did that, but unfortunately they just did. So be well aware of that. Anytime you level up, you may have to heal yourself. So we're gonna continue going left and up. And there's another treasure chest with a strength apple. What these are stat apples that you can give to a single party member for a permanent stat boost in that stat. However, we are not going to be using these just yet. We're going to go ahead and hang on to them until we get an actual party established, and then I will be walking you through what we're going to be doing with these stat apples as the game progresses. So now we're going to go ahead and go the east route and back north. When you come to the edge of the floor above a drop, your character may make the oops action. In the oops state, you can press the X button to go ahead and jump down. You can also jump down by dashing off an edge without the oops action. So we can just go ahead and run by holding down X or A if you're on the gamepad, and continue on north. So as you notice, we just got the jump on the enemies. Now, I'm gonna finish taking these guys out, and then we're gonna discuss that really quickly. As you noticed, now that Brad is level 2, he has enough strength that he can one-shot the Barghest, which is going to really help us out as we continue on through the forest. Now, when it comes to the exclamation points above your head, which I'm sure you've been noticing them. So when you have a red exclamation point, that means that the enemy got the jump on you and battle has started without any interaction from you. However, with that, the enemy also has a small chance of actually getting a surprise attack on you that gives them a free turn before you can take any action. The white exclamation point does the same thing for you, but it also gives you the chance to cancel a battle if you don't want to engage in it. However, there is a negative effect to canceling battles, which is one of the reasons why I never do. So in your status screen, you'll notice all the way at the very bottom of your stats, there is the luck. Right now, Brad has normal. So there are several levels of this. I will display them on the screen. The higher the luck, which best is the highest one you can get, you have a better chance of getting a jump on enemies, or at least being able to start encounters without them getting the jump on you. Every time you cancel a battle, you have a chance of lowering your luck stat until it literally is depleted to nothing, and this will make not only having battles occurring more frequently, but the lower your luck stat, the higher chance that the enemies have of actually getting a surprise attack on you. So this is why I highly advise, do not skip battles, nor should you ever run away from battles, because every battle you complete is just more experience to level up. Over leveling is a good thing in Wild Arms 2, and you will see that as I progress through. Boxes, you just walk up to them and press X or A depending on the controller, and then just hit it again to throw it. These boxes are empty, so you can go ahead and keep going. However, on these three, if you pick up the middle one and throw it, there's a heal berry. There's no turning back once you go over this cliff. But the posse is closing in. Even if I die, I can't let my name be dishonored. I am Brad Evans of the Slayheim Liberation Army. I cannot delay. I must get to the other side of the forest quickly. So don't just drop off here, because as you'll notice, there is a chest right there. So in order to get that, obviously, just go all the way to the left, drop down. Vitality apple. This is another stat apple we will discuss later on. Now, out of all these boxes, grab the middle one, throw it. Eelberry. Continue on. Make sure you're going north. What? Who's there? Oh, a puppy. Come on, don't bark, please. Hey, did you hear something over there? Damn you me. Oh, it's just a puppy. Scared me. What a waste of time. Let's go. I'm not going to let the others get all the credit. You saved my butt, buddy. Wow, that took guts. You probably came into the forest to avoid the rain too. Let's get out of here together. Hey, he brought us a heelberry. What a good dog. All right, so you'll notice another fork in the road here, so we're gonna go east first because there's something we have to pick up. Walk in the doors. Over here, this is a save crystal, and it does exactly what you would think. You can save your game. I'm not gonna do that right now because I know I don't need to, but if you are worried that you might fall in battle as you're going through here, go ahead and save it just to be safe. And just make sure that whenever you're done, it will ask you, do you wish to continue? Make sure you hit yes. You don't want to accidentally hit no and then have to reload into the game. We're going to the other room here. In this treasure chest, we acquire tool kick boots. Press square with the kick boots and shock the target. Delivering this shock will cause all kinds of things to happen. So yes, Brad has gained the ability to kick stuff. Which will come in handy throughout the games, trust me. And the first prime example is right over here to the south or to the right, depending on if you're looking at the building or not. So just come over here to this gate and give it a kick. Epic. So if you rotate again, you'll see there's a door. Go ahead and go in. Another treasure chest. This is Big Berry. All right, so now we have our first high potion if you are familiar with Final Fantasy. Go back out, and we're still not done. We're gonna walk around the building, and there's another treasure chest. Bullet load. What that does is it reloads a single arm that Brad has, or another character that we will get to in a later video. And if you're curious what arms are, we will be getting into that here shortly, but I'll go ahead and point it out now. On your status screen on page 3, you will see he has a heavy arm bazooka. So the font is a little in this game. I don't know why they did this, but so that reads 6 out of 6. He has 6 rounds and is capable of carrying a maximum of 6. So he's got a full arm. However, if you shoot one of these or you shoot all of them, if you use a bullet load, it will fully restore that. But yes, they will be getting more arms as the game goes on, and unfortunately those bullet loads only work on one of those arms. So we're gonna go ahead and work our way back around to the west and leave. We're going to leave. So continue on to the west and just clear out a row of these boxes so you can get through. Keep going north. Okay, so this is one enemy in this forest that I'm going to tell you right now, if you come across this enemy, which if you don't, it's fine. It is a slightly rare spawn. If you do not find this enemy while you are here, do not worry. This area that we're in right now, we will be coming back to later in the game, and these enemies are going to be literally a one-shot later on because we will be higher level. As of right now, this enemy is only annoying due to the fact that it, for our level, has really high HP, and we have to hit it a lot. So this is the one time where I will say I will break my own rule, and I suggest you do the same, because the amount of experience to the time that it takes to take this thing out is not worth sitting here and muscling through it. This guy can do a lot of damage, and it's a lot of healing we got to go through. So defeat one and then run away from any more you come across. Shorter breath does literally nothing. It's just a wasted turn for the enemy, which is good for us. Just an added note, if you are level 2 like I am and your health falls below 42, go ahead and heal. It's not worth the risk. I was gonna save this till later, but go ahead, if you're having a hard time getting this thing down, just go ahead, use your abilities. But with Brad, his abilities, his arms do a lot of damage. However, they have low accuracy. Good thing is that Brad has an ability to help counteract that. Lock on. This will bring accuracy up to 100% so that it does not miss. So combine lock on with bazooka. Yes, I highly recommend defeat one, run away from any other ones that you come across, because the amount of damage that thing does and the amount of healing that is required, it's just not worth it. So now that we've defeated one, we don't have to worry about it. That's another little thing I need to point out that just happened. So anytime you have a white exclamation point pop above your head and you just happen to walk through a doorway at the same time or zone into another area, do not worry about that. Your luck will not decrease if that happens. It's only if you actively cancel the encounter. So in order to get across this, you'll notice this pillar here. Just walk up, give it a kick. All right, so in this area here, you notice this line of gems. Once you go past these gems, it's going to be forced into a dialogue that will then go into a boss fight. Before we do that, we're going to go ahead and we are going to sit here and encounter battles until Brad reaches level 3. This will give us just enough stats that we need to basically make the boss fight a little bit easier. So just run back and forth. Running actually does increase the chance for encounters. Just run back and forth in this spot and grind out until you get to level 3. Again, if you run into the Daphne monster, run. Just run. It's not worth it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this until I hit level 3, and we will continue from there. All right, Brad is now level 3. I've already topped up his health. So we're going to go ahead and continue on. I wonder what just ran into the forest. A dangerous criminal? Maybe a very pale degenerate. Who knows? All I know is that we haven't been told anything, and there's no need for us to know either. What would you do if he suddenly jumped out here? It wouldn't be a bad idea for us to catch him and get that credit. With a reward, I'll get a horse and return it to Book Village. It'll end my mercenary work. If you keep babbling, the search team will beat you silly. There's no order here. Were those 2 soldiers conscripted recently? That means there's a village nearby. What's that voice I hear? It's a monster. Even the village animals have been attacked by it. Let's get out of here. We're in over our heads. But where will we go? And how will we get there? You guys are such trouble. Just stay down. Sure are self-assured, Brad Evans. Lending a hand to your pursuers? Sure, I'll show you what it means to be a hero. I'll take care of this before the incident gets any bigger. The bosses can be attacked in 2 different places, the main body and the body parts. Defeat a boss character by attacking the main body at its name and reducing its HP to 0. Reducing the HP to 0 for the body parts won't defeat the boss, but it will win experience and Gela. So yes, attacking a boss like this, most, not all, but most bosses will have body parts that we can take out. In this case, the Gremlin has the belly. So we're going to focus the belly first, and once the belly is taken out, we will move on to the main body to where we will unleash Brad's true potential. And that right there is why we wanted to level Brad up to level 3, because now Grimblekin's main attack does almost nothing to us. All right, that signifies that the belly is taken out. Ow. So now he will no longer use Parasite Battalion. So there is a plus side to taking out body parts. However, that does not mean that all of their highest damaging abilities has been taken out. It just means one has. So with that out of the way, now we can go on to what Brad is actually really good for. We are now going to be using all of the force points, or the FP, that we have accumulated, and we're going to use it to finish this boss off in 2 or 3 more turns. So combine lock on with bazooka and take out Gremlin. You saved us. Hey. His fighting is even more powerful than it was rumored to be. I don't know if our forces are strong enough to defeat him. There's a village on the other side of the forest, right? I've got an idea. Wait, Brad Evans. I'm out of the forest. I need a place to hide. What about that place? Okay, welcome to the fields. This is technically the world map. Now, I know that you guys saw that I pushed that fight a little bit too close to the limit. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, that's fine. I am able, I know the game well enough. I know how the numbers game works, and I knew I was going to be able to defeat him before he killed me. So that's the only reason why I did that. If you don't feel comfortable doing that, you do not have to follow every single move that I make. Now, in order to progress, we do have to interact with that sign. But if you are low on health, go ahead and heal up before you move anywhere, because you can run into enemies out here. And I'd hate for you to make it this far just to die now. So Let's go interact with the sign. North Cape, Tabuk Village, East Great Plains. As you move ahead in the story, your next destination will become clear. However, places you have never visited do not appear on the field with a map symbol. To activate the search system, press the square button while in the field. Use the search system and info about your destination to find the map symbols. So yeah. Now, there's another sign that we can find. If you notice how there's like a little bit of a, almost like a white patch right here where the sign is. If you look up, right up there where that little lake is, you'll notice there's another one. So go up here, hit square. Tabuk Village, due northwest from here. So, you see our compass, we'll point it northwest and we'll start walking that direction. You don't have to worry, the balloons are actually the most common basic enemy in the game. Just take them out. So a little clue whenever you're looking for a location on the map. You notice how everything else around here is green, but then you see like this little brownish patch right here. That's usually an indicator that there's something there. Is usually whenever you find discoloration in an area that is all one color. So, search. We have found Tabuk Village. So this is it. I'm so glad you woke up. You were sleeping so deeply, I thought you'd never wake up. Where am I? You're in Tabuk Village, in a stable. But all the horses are gone. My name's Meryl. Now, can I ask you something? Is this your puppy or friend? Okay, so this choice, you can do this one of two ways. Either way, you have to remember something. So, if you pick number 2, no, is it he from here? Then Meryl, the little girl here, will actually name the puppy and you have to remember that name. However, if you pick number 1, yeah, but I just found him, it will allow you to name the puppy. Now, the important thing to remember is if you decide to pick this option and change the name of the puppy, change it to something that you know you'll remember later, but just to be safe, it might be a good idea just to go ahead and write it down somewhere so that way you don't forget, because there will come a time later in the game where you will have to remember this name for a very specific reason. I'm not going to say what that is. I'm just going to tell you, whatever you name this dog, remember the name. This is a very smart dog. He is the one who told me you were passed out in the rain. What's the dog's name? So by default, the dog's name is Raziu. I'm going to be able to remember that because I've been playing this game for 26 years. It's a little hard to forget at this point, but feel free to name it whatever you want. Like I said, just remember what the name is. And I mean letter for letter, capitalization, all of that. Remember the name. So your name is Raziu. I like that name. I'm sorry, but I have to leave this village right away. Why? You still need to rest. Wait, I'll get you something to eat. You're not afraid of me? Raziu says you're not a bad man. Isn't that right, Raziu? Hey, you can't do that in this village. Our intention was not to cause such a stir. What we do is for the sake of your village. Stay here, mister. Don't worry, Raziu and I will stay with you. There aren't any bad people in this village. Hiding him will bring your village misfortune. Surely you realize that. Hey, mister. My name's not mister. Besides, it makes me sound old. So there you are. So it's you, Brad Evans. I came to deliver something that you lost. So you want to take us on? That's fine by me, but realize that innocent villagers may be hit by stray bullets. Seize him. I'm sorry we have to do this. We're all from this village. Was that man a bad man? A bad man? You got it all wrong. Now listen, young lady, that man is a hero. A hero? Perhaps it's better this way. All I know is fighting. If I kept on going, all I would find is more blood and death. There are few places for someone whose only true home is on the battlefield. I'll consider this a vacation. After all, heroes aren't needed once the shooting stops. If peace means a world that needs no heroes, then that has to be better. And that is it for Brad's prologue. So go ahead and save your game. And that's going to do it for this episode. Next up, we will be taking on Lilka's prologue. So be looking out for that. If you've made it this far into the video, thank you so much for watching. If this guide is helping you along, please hit that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are. And as always, I will see you in the next video. Take care and have a wonderful day.